What's going on, everybody? It's Toxicozone, and here we have the first boss in Temple of the Jade Serpent, the first instance you can expect to go into within the Mists of Pandaria expansion. He's a lot similar to the lurker below in Serpent Shrine Cavern from TBC in terms of the water spout and having to avoid it by running around the platforms. In this video, I'm going to be talking a little bit about how I play Mistweaver Monk and just, my thoughts on the whole expansion so far, even though it's in beta. Basically, I'm going to start with how I play Monk. What I like to do is I like to put a Renewing Mists on the tank, and then I like to go in close, melee some of the mobs using Clobber, which generates chi, and then I can use that chi to spend on the likes of Chi Wave and my Uplift. If you'll see in a few minutes, or a few seconds, you'll see me basically, I'll tell you when it's going to happen. Once I've got 2 chi, there's 1, there's 2, I normally build up 4 first, there's 4, and there it is there. That was Uplift. What it does is it renews Renewing Mists, does a high damage, and does a high amount of healing, and bounces my Renewing Mist off onto other party members. So it's quite good for AoE healing. When there's a lot of intense healing needed for a lot to heal through a lot of damage, you can't really do it. You need to use your more direct heals, like surging mists. So it's definitely a way to play. It can be quite. It's different. Let's put it that way. It's very different to what you're used to when it comes to healing, because normally you're used to standing in the back, healing the tank and all that. But this is my way of playing. Maybe when you get 90, it changes slightly. Maybe you are more, standing at the back, doing more healing than you are damaging. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get there. The whole instance in general so far, I've done the whole instance now. It's good. The first boss is, they've basically recycled the lurker below tactics to kill him in a way, rather than go in water for some of them. You just go around the outside, but at the start you got to take down some ads. I'll go more in detail about that when we get on the boss. Second boss, if it's the panda, I can't remember his name now. It's easy. It can be quite healing intensive. It depends. If it's Strife and Anger, that is one of the more difficult bosses in here. It requires a lot of healing and some high DPS, so you can get them down before they do too much damage. But now we're on to this boss. Basically what happens is when you pull him, you want to go to the back here onto this platform, and then basically we'll group up. He will spawn water elementals. You'll see one pop up in a second, just there. You want to take them down as fast as you can to avoid damage, and then once they die, they cause an AoE on the floor, which everyone should get out of, and they also basically split into 3. They split into 3 smaller ones, and these 3 smaller ones are they don't do a lot of damage, and they're not hard to kill, so you just want to get them down. There's a certain amount, we don't know if it's a certain amount or time limit before he stops spawning these and does his last phase. If you can survive this phase, you can down the boss basically. It just requires some brain cells to do the second phase. All you got to do is DPS go on the inner ring, and range will go on the outer ring. You'll run around avoiding his water spout and DPSing the boss until he dies. What I like to do as a Mistweaver Monk is I like to put down, once I'm running, I like to put down some healing spheres in the middle, so when DPS are running through them, they're getting healed. Since monks at the moment, Mistweaver monks lack instant cast heals, that'll be coming with a glyph, which you can see in my other video, which goes through the latest talent changes for monks in the latest beta patch. But at the moment we lack instant heals, and it's not causing problems. What I generally like to do on this boss is get a bit of distance on him. you'll see now he's about to. I can't remember. No, I went over here preemptively, ready. Now he does his phase where you gotta dodge it. If you can't dodge this, then there it is. There. If you can't dodge this, then you need to take a real serious step back and think, what am I doing? I need to be able to react. It's easy. All we need to do is get a bit of range on it. Like now, I'm basically behind him. I'm almost catching up with him. You can stop, do a few damaging. Just make sure you keep a distance on that water spout. If you get hit by it, it's almost a one shot. It will kill you. I can't remember if anyone in my group gets killed here because they get caught in it. I'm not sure. Can't remember if it was this one or another one I done, but there's no way you should be getting hit by that water spout. Especially once you're where I am now. You've almost caught up on it. If you look, I stop here and cast a few healing spheres into the middle and see what the boss is on. It's a real easy and simple fight. It's not, doesn't require a lot of healing. It's a nice introduction into the first dungeon of Mists of Pandaria. As you can see, someone did get caught. They shouldn't have. They should have. I don't know how you can get caught in that, honestly. I got caught the first time because I didn't know what I was doing. But it was explained to these what to do, so I don't know how they got caught. But yeah, I got another video recorded, ready to go. It's the second boss in here, which is Strife and Anger. It's the library event. You can have Strife and Anger or a Panda. I seem to be getting Strife and Anger a lot more than I'm getting a Panda. So that'll be up in the next day or so. I'll also bring you the last two bosses, which are the hardest by far this entire instance. And they're an interesting watch. But this boss, as far as I know, is all that he says is a placeholder. That's what PH means at the end. He dropped, I believe, leather boots with spirit on, crit in mastery or haste in mastery. But yeah, thanks for watching, and yeah, I'll speak to you soon.